Hey guys, it's your girl Becky, and I know it's been a while since I've been online. Again, it's been a busy, hectic time when you have a little baby boy, plus working over 40 hours a week. It's kind of hard to actually sit down and record a video. Luckily for me and my husband have the day off together at the same time, which is kind of rare. But anyways, I also had no idea what to talk about next. I already went through the experience, so I really didn't think I had much to put until one of my friends just found out she was pregnant and she started cramping and freaked out. She thought she was losing the baby, she thought something was wrong with her, and it got me thinking about my experience with pregnancy cramps and Braxton Hicks. So I thought, why don't we do a video about it? Alright, so if you go ahead and hit the like and subscribe down below, we can get this started. And again, always comment below. Tell me what other things you guys are curious about pregnancy. Again, this is just my opinion about what I went through, okay? So let's get started. Okay, so when everybody finds out they're pregnant, it is the best feeling in the world. And I was so dumbfounded. I didn't think I was gonna get pregnant because with endometriosis and PCOS, it's kind of hard for someone to get actually pregnant. It's not impossible, but it's hard. So I was like, yay, okay, awesome. But I started getting cramps, and it's more like, it felt like cramps that you get on your period, like leading up to your period, you know, when you get that little warning. And I was like, okay, this is weird. So I let it go for a bit, and then they started coming constantly, and I freaked out. I thought, oh my god, this is my first pregnancy and I'm already losing the baby. I cannot believe this is happening. I freaked out so much. But when I talked to my doctor, it turns out that my uterus has never expanded at all. This is my first pregnancy, so your uterus has to contract, or it has to cramp up because it's expanding. You will feel it. It feels like cramps. Honestly, when I thought I was pregnant, I was never gonna feel cramps again until 9 months later. So wrong. You always experience cramps at random times, and you know it's just the cramps because they don't feel like, oh my god, I'm bleeding out of my vagina, like, oh my god. It's just regular cramps. Just like the little warnings that, hey, Aunt Flo wants to come over, but she can't because you got knocked up. But yeah. And not saying that, oh my god, this is going to be the end of the world because you're getting cramps and you thought you weren't going to have any, so you thought you were going to be okay and there was going to be flowers and daisies. No. You can get cramps throughout the whole pregnancy, and it's uncomfortable, granted, but I had kind of like a little electronic blanket, and I put it on my back, and it helped a lot. It was amazing. But I honestly did not know that when you had your first baby, since your uterus doesn't expand, you get to feel it like if it was cramps. And that I was not prepared for, but again, I would have rather had those cramps than anything worse. If you always have a concern about cramping, even if it's the dumbest reasons why you think you're cramping, like maybe you ate a burrito and it's not agreeing with you or something, you can always ask your doctor. They're there for a reason. They studied years beyond years of this just to be prepared for future mothers. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Braxton Hicks, because I did have some. Luckily for me, I only had it 2 weeks prior to giving birth, but there's a difference between active labor contractions and Braxton Hicks, which what I will tell you the way that I experienced it. Again, I'm not a professional about this at all. This is just my experience. So you don't really know when you're in active labor or if it's just Braxton Hicks. So there was one time that I felt like cramps, like really bad cramps. My labor was more back pain than anything. So I just thought, whoa, this is not the regular cramps of my uterus expanding. This feels something different. So I called my doctor up and I told her what was going on. She said, okay, that's fine. If you feel comfortable coming to the ER, you can go to the ER. But she had me do something else. She told me if I was standing still when I got those cramps, walk around. If they go away completely, that was just a false alarm. That's just your body preparing you for labor. If they don't go away, come back. What I was told is you need to have 4 of those contractions before you go to the ER. 4 of those contractions in an hour, I should say, before you go to the ER. So I always checked and made sure I always timed everything. What Braxton Hicks to me felt like was your first day on your period, minus the blood. When you know you feel it and you don't want to get out of bed because it is so painful that you just, all you want to do is make a little fort of awesome warmth, put it around your belly, take a crap load of Tylenols, ibuprofen, whatever you use, and just have your laptop right beside you and watch Netflix or whatever. That's how it felt like when I had Braxton Hicks. And of course, I checked 4 times in an hour, go to the ER. So I never had to deal with that. I probably got the contractions, Braxton Hicks, for 2 times out of the hour. And it wasn't so bad. I mean, I thought, oh my God, if it's like this Braxton Hicks, I have no idea how my active labor is gonna be. I thought I was gonna end up being drugged up until baby popped out. Seriously. I thought it was gonna be painful because the Braxton Hicks for me were a little bit painful, but when it was actually on active labor, I didn't feel anything until my 8 centimeters. That's when I prayed to God to give me 1 second of relief. But Braxton Hicks, seriously, it's not a big deal. It just feels more like your first day on your period, like when you just don't want to do anything. Like even if somebody breathes, you think they're breathing wrong and you just want to punch them in the stomach. Okay, so my ladies, do not be scared about asking your doctor about anything. It is your body. You know exactly how your body reacts to you. For me, I could be completely zero pain, but the next person could be like, oh my God, I am in death, it's hell, inferno, whatever. It could be different for every person. Again, always talk to your doctor. Let them know what's going on. Any little question that you have, they are there for a reason. They're trained. There are specialists if you feel like you need to go to a specialist. You can even ask for a second opinion with a different doctor. Either way, you always have to make sure. You always have to make sure to have all the questions answered, because ultimately you are creating the life. You are putting your body through hell to bring this child to life. And honestly, it is the best feeling having my baby boy out. He is crawling, he's starting to stand, he loves to get into stuff, which right now is, I wish he was, when he was little, he was always sleeping. Now he's the most active little boy in the world. But I would not trade any of his developments that he's going through right now, because it is amazing feeling seeing that that little kid came out of my vagina and is now walking around with his little walker and wants to be independent, wants to eat for himself, which is fine. And he's also teething. You can see 4 teeth coming out from the top. He has 2 in the bottom already, and I love it. It is amazing. Well, anyways, if you like this video and you want to know more about these kinds of things that I went through, go ahead and click the like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Let them know that there are mothers out there that are not professionals at all. Every mother at one point freaked out, even by their own poop, even by their constipation, all this stuff. We don't know what it's like being first-time moms. After that, you still don't know, because every pregnancy is different. Hopefully for me, if and when I do have my second child, I don't get so paranoid like I did with this one. Alright guys, well, it is nice talking to you guys, and hopefully we get to do this a little bit more often, okay? Bye!